Here is here's a question about marriage, an interesting one from Justin, O sage who knows not hair upon his head. My girlfriend and I have talked about getting married and love each other to death, but we are very different people and fight constantly. I'm very traditional. She's very liberal. She's majoring in family therapy, and she bites my head off whenever I say anything that runs contrary to what she's learned in class. When we argue, it's almost always about imaginary children who don't even exist yet. When I said I think it's important to breastfeed, she said it's painful, not that important. She won't, and she doesn't want to do it. I said I wanted a wife who would stay at home to raise any young children. She said working moms are just as good as mothering moms to the child, and she doesn't want to be bored all day. We even got into a big argument about soy baby formula. She seems to aggressively disagree with any opinion I have in the domestic realm. She was abused by her mother. I don't know if that is part of it, but she seems to push back against my desire for traditional motherliness despite her also wanting a large family. Is it wise to continue a relationship with someone with such a disparate outlook of mine? We're both Christian, but we even manage to have very different kinds of Christianity. No, it's not wise. And this does not bode well for your marriage. I would not marry somebody that I was constantly fighting with. Fighting is bad. I mean, people always say, experts are always saying, you must fight in a marriage. That's absurd. I think that is, experts have their heads up their behinds. That is ridiculous. You have to learn to disagree with each other. You do have to learn to disagree with one another and discuss things and compromise. You have to learn to do all those things, but you don't have to fight. It's like, what good is that? What is yelling at the person you love, screaming at the person you love, losing your temper at the person you love? Look, some people are like that. Some people are more passionate than other people. Passionate's not the word I want. Some people are angrier and have to release all this energy. And I've seen marriages that stay together despite the fighting. Most of the fighting marriages I've seen have been bad marriages, and many of them have broken up. If you are walking into everything gets more when you get married, right? I mean, if your girlfriend has a habit that annoys you, trust me, 20 years from now, it's going to really annoy you, all right? So if you're fighting now, this is not, and you are fighting about serious, basic values, things that are really important. When you have children in your life, there is no, you have got to be on the same page. You cannot be fighting. You have got to give those kids a world in which mom and dad are one thing, essentially. Maybe they're going to get a little bit more motherliness from mom and a little bit more fatherliness from dad, but it's got to be a unit. You're in bad shape here. You are in bad shape. And, you want to try and work it out before you go into it, fine. But in the shape you are in, if it were I would not go forward. I'm just telling you. You asked me, so I'm telling you.